Hello, everyone. Hello. Hi, Jabo, and hi, Vivian. It's good to see you all again. Last week, it was the Uposatha Day in Thailand, so I have another Thai Dhamma talk. So I believe Pante Sudaso did a Dhamma session last week, right? Okay, now let me share this so the Thai people can watch it too. Hang on 1 minute. Okay. Okay, let me start. Hello, Karina. Good morning. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hello, friends. From Buddhist Insight, from Empty Cloud, and from Thailand as well. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all. Let's start. Let's start with the paying respect to the Triple Gem. นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะพุทธังธัมมังสังฆังนะมัสสามิสาธุ Okay, now I have attached the links for you so you can read later on. Today we're going to discuss the discourse to Sikala, Sinkalamaka, Sinkalaka Sutra. This is called Sinkalaka Sutra. It's the discourse that the Buddha taught with the son of the householder named Sinkalaka. So let's start. Okay, it's from Tikha Nikaya. It's from Tikha Nikaya, DN 31. It is a long one. I'm not sure that you all have heard about this one or not, but it's very, very well known in Thailand because in this sutra, the Buddha mainly discussed about the code of conduct for the lay people, the code of discipline, how they should behave, how they should, so what the Buddha taught in this sutra can be used in daily life from everyone as the lay people. And one thing that is very famous here is the 6 quarters, like the north, east, west, south. And the Buddha placed the people into, for example, parents as the eastern quarter, something like that. So it's very, very well known in Thailand. I'm not sure about the Western country, but it's time for us to learn Sigalovada Sutta, DN 31, the layperson's code of discipline. On one occasion, the Blessed One was staying near Rashanakara, right? Dwelling in the bamboo grove, the squirrel sanctuary. At that time, young Sikala, he is the householder's son. In Pali, we use the Sinkalaka Manop. Manop is the son of the householder. Rising early in the morning, departing from Rashanakara with wet clothes and wet hair. Maybe he, going to the river and then, cleans. In the past, people usually have some kind of ritual to cleanse themselves. So Sinkhala, rising early with wet clothes and wet hair, worship with joined hands the various quarters, the east, the south, the west, the north, the above, and then the below. So the six quarters, various quarters. And then the Buddha asks, at that time the Buddha, is still in the morning. So the Buddha took bow and robe and then entered to that city. And then he saw this son of the householder. So the Buddha asks, why do you have to, pay respect to the various quarters like this? The son, sorry, the son asks, the son answered that, you know, my father, while dying, I'm sorry, I think I used um, the wrong link. It's not the same. That's why I think it's something kind of weird going on. It's not something that I have prepared. Yeah. I used the one from Essay to Insight, but the link that I provide you is from the Sutra Center. Okay. I'm gonna switch to this one. When the Buddha asks, like, why do you do this? Why do you have to pay respect to to various quarters? The young boy, I'm gonna say, the young boy said, like, on my father's deathbed, my father said to me, my dear, please revere the quarters, honoring, respecting my father's word. So I rose early in the morning with my clothes and hair all wet after rinsing in the river, raised my joy palms to pay respect to various quarters, east, south, west, north, below, and above. So then after that, the Buddha said, householder son, that's not how the six directions should be revered in the training of the noble one. Here, like in the past, during the Buddha's era, there are many cult, many like religion, many teachings, and a lot of them have the ritual of cleansing the body in the river, have the ritual in paying respect to the various quarters. But the Buddha here said, like, okay, what you do is not, the Buddha didn't say like, oh, you did the wrong thing. No, he didn't say that, because it's what the late father told the son, right? Instead, the Buddha said, like, that's not how the sixth direction, the sixth quarter should be revered in the training of the noble one. So the Buddha suggests another, another teachings, and make the young boy eager to know more. Like, oh, this is not how you should train in the noble path, right? But then how? Can you tell me? So the Buddha said, okay, now you listen carefully. The Buddha said, the noble disciple give up four corrupt deeds, doesn't do bad deeds on four grounds, and avoids six drains on wealth. When they have left these 14 bad things behind, they have the six directions covered. They are practicing to win in both worlds, this world and the next world, and they succeeded in this world and the next. When their body breaks up, when they die after death, they are reborn in a good place, a heavenly realm. So the Buddha said, in the training of the noble one, we should not just pay respect to the quarters, like pay respect to the tree, to the cloud, to the river, to like anything in that direction. Instead, we should do this. If you can get rid of these 14 bad things, then that means, and if you know about how to pay respect to the six direction, then you have the six direction covered, and then you will be reborn in a good place. So 14 bad things is, four corrupt deeds, or it is the deeds or actions of defilements. Pali, we use the word kamma kilesa. Kamma is actions, kilesa is defilements. So four actions of defilements. Give up four corrupt deeds. Don't do bad deeds on four grounds, and avoid six drains on wealth. So today you will learn about 14 bad things and then six directions. So what four corrupt deeds have they given up? They are killing living creatures, stealing, sexual misconduct, and lying. These are the four corrupt deeds they have given up. And then the Buddha said, killing, stealing, telling lies, and committing adultery, wise people don't praise these things. So have you noticed these four corrupt deeds, or the kamma kilesa, or the actions of defilements? Actually, the fourth, the first four of the five precepts, right? The five precepts, then we have the intention to not killing, not stealing, not doing the sexual misconduct, and not lying, right? So the first four of the five precepts is called, they have another name, corrupt deeds or actions of defilements. If you do these four, then you're going to bring all the defilements, all the bad things in this life and the next life. So the Buddha said, wise people don't praise these things. You should not do this. And the noble one have given up these four corrupt deeds. So now we learn the first four, right? Next, what are the four grounds? The Buddha said, on what ground do they not do bad deeds? On what four grounds? On one does bad deeds prejudiced by favoritism, hostility, stupidity, and cowardice. When a noble disciple is not prejudiced by love, hate, ignorance, and fear, they don't do bad deeds on these four grounds. I'm not sure that you have heard about this sutra or not, but there's another sutra that the Buddha said, whatever you do, please don't do with these four things. Love, like blind love. Love here is like lust, love, raga, right? Not loving kindness. It's a different word, different things here. So don't do anything. Don't cloud the mind. Don't cloud the eye with love or lust, with hate, like I don't like this one, with ignorance, delusion, stupidity, and fear. Because what? If you do bad deeds because of you like this one, I like this person more than that person, so I think I'm gonna promote this person to be a boss or something like that. That is not what you should do when you make a judgment. Yeah, I think I had a Dhamma talk regarding this sutra. Before you make any judgment, before you have any opinion or whatever you do, please don't do it because you love, hate, because you don't know, ignorance, or because of the fear. And this is the foreground that the noble people don't do bad deeds with. The Buddha then said, if you act against the teaching out of favoritism, hostility, cowardice, or stupidity, your fame shrinks like the moon in the morning, fortnight. If you don't act against the teaching out of love, hate, ignorance, and fear, your fame swells like the moon in the waxing fortnight. And then next, the Buddha talked about 6 drains on wealth. Your wealth, your money that you have, work hard to gain, it's gonna be drained through these 6 subjects. What 6 drains on wealth do they avoid? The noble one have to avoid these drains on wealth. Habitually engaging in the following thing is a drain on wealth: drinking alcohol, roaming the streets at night, frequenting festival or any like ceremony or like clubbing, partying. The fourth one, gambling, bad friends, and then laziness. These are the 6 drains on wealth. So if you notice here again, the 4 corrupt deeds or the first 4 actions of defilements is the first 4 of the 5 precepts, right? And then number 5, don't drink alcohol. Why? Because it's the drain on wealth, and also it makes you careless. And when you're careless, when you not be mindful, then you be able to do the 4 corrupt deeds. And that is why we all, especially the lay people, have to keep the 5 precepts or the 5 code of conduct, for you don't, do anything that lead to all suffering or defilements, and then you don't, allow yourself to be careless. That is why the Buddha said, like, okay, minimum code of conduct that you should do is the 5 precepts. And then the Buddha did not say just like, okay, this is the 6 drains on wealth, and then just leave this topic behind. No, the Buddha said, you want to know why? Because there are drawbacks, disadvantages of these drains. The first one, 6 drawbacks of habitually drinking alcohol. The first one, immediate loss of wealth. Of course, if you don't drink alcohol and then you drink something that is healthy, then it's not considered the loss of wealth, right? But when you habitually drinking alcohol, of course, immediate loss of wealth. The second one, promotion of quarrels. You're gonna fight, for example, when you go to the club, to the pub, and then people just fight often, right? Normally, you don't get anger that easily, but when you drink alcohol, you are careless, and then it's just like, stimulate the anger more easily. The next one, susceptibility to illness. Then you're gonna lead it to illness. Many illness comes from alcohol, right? Habitually drinking alcohol. When you alcoholism, or you like get addicted to alcohol beverages, you're gonna lead to illness, any disease. Next one, disrepute. When you have a quarrel in the pub, or when you are alcoholism, you might not have a good reputation. And then indecent exposure. You might be exposed to something that if you stay at home or if you don't drink alcohol, it might not lead to that incident. For example, when you drink alcohol and when you careless, reckless, and you might fight, or you might have, have a quarrel, or maybe then you drink and drive, and then you got the license, got into the car accident, or you just cannot control the anger, and then you just accidentally kill someone or something like that. So you might put yourself into dangerous situations because of being careless. And the last one, weaken wisdom, is the sixth thing. The wisdom might not be, like in full capacity if you drink alcohol. Just for example, if you drink alcohol and you are drunk, you cannot even walk straight. You cannot judge the situation. This is the risky situation, and I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't drive. I shouldn't talk like that. No mindfulness at that time. So, of course, the wisdom is weakened. Sud asks here, I think I should answer this first. Sud asks, Dear Arya, can someone engage in unwholesome deeds even when they are keeping five precepts? Of course, because there are a lot more unwholesome deeds except apart from the five precepts. The five precepts is just like the fence, the closer fence to you. When you keep the fence, so you can get rid of, like bad things. But it's just like the first step. But and then you should like build more fences to avoid and to like make you safe from other unwholesome deeds, just to prevent you from doing unwholesome deeds. But the five precept is just like the fence around you. You should at least, the five precept is like the, yeah, as I said, like the minimum prevention that you can make for yourself. But even when we keep five precepts, we still can do a lot more unwholesome deeds because there are a lot more defilements, right? But keeping five precepts is the first step. It's good to do the first step. Next, the six drawbacks of roaming the street at night. Some people just like, oh, I don't drink alcohol, but I love to roam the street at night. I love to go, enjoy and hang out. But the Buddha said there are six drawbacks. The first, you. Then the second one, your partners and children. And then your property is all left unguarded. For example, if you roaming around the street at night, if you go clubbing, if you go and hang out in the streets, you put yourself at risk, right? Because there's a lot of danger outside in the streets at night. So you put yourself at risk, you put your partners and children as well, because if something bad happened to you, and then, for example, if you die, and then your partner, your wife, your husband, your children have to, live on without you to, so it's just like you leave them behind. And of course, about the property as well, your belongings, your house, your whatever in that you do, then it's got destroyed as well because you put yourself at risk. The fourth one, you suspected of bad deeds. When something bad happened, for example, if like the murder happened and then you happen to walk past that crime scene, so you are suspected of bad deeds. Or maybe this one, because he roamed around the street at night, so maybe he one of the suspect or something like that. The fifth one, untrue rumors spread about you because you just happen to be in that particular place that something bad happened. So you are suspected of bad deeds, and then there are false rumors spread around you. And then you are at the forefront of many things that entail suffering. A lot of bad things might happen if you put yourself to unfavorable situation. And also there are six drawbacks of festival of like the entertaining ceremonies. Why? You always thinking, where the dancing? Where's the singing? Where's the music? Where's the stories? Where the applause? Where the kettle drums? And then all you can think of is, oh, maybe this festival, and then I should book another concert, another festival, and then fly to another festival. And the topic in your head, all your thought are gonna be, always thinking about the dancing, the singing, where to go next. Okay, I have to work and then have to earn money, and then I have to collect some money, and then okay, fly to that country to attend the festival, attend the ceremony. It doesn't happen to be like the big festival, but when you have like the party in Jane's house, or I have to go to Jane's house. Oh, whose house is next? Oh, to David, right? Okay, I should go to David. Oh, where's the next party? What you gonna do next Saturday? Oh, okay, then I should go to Charles' house, something like that. So what you think not gonna benefit you that much, because in your head it's just about partying, about festival. And also there are 6 drawbacks of gambling. Victory bleeds enmity. For example, there are 2 sides of people, right? In gambling, the one who win and the one who lose. The one who win gonna create one more enemy, right? How can you win? You gonna cheat or not? Then you have one more enemy. And the loser, or the one who lose, mourns their money. They're gonna hate you. They're gonna feel like, oh, you're gonna cheat me, something like that. There is an immediate loss of wealth, of course. A gambler's word carries no weight in public assembly. Friends and colleagues treat them with contempt. No one wants to marry a gambler, for they think this individual is a gambler. They're not able to support a partner. So when you do the gambling, like habitual gambling, like you do like frequently, of course you're gonna have more enemy. If you win a lot, you're gonna create more. You're gonna have more enemy, right? And when you lose, immediate loss of wealth. And when you addicted to gambling, no one gonna believe you, right? Oh, I want to borrow you some money. Why? Because my mom is sick. She's in hospital. But are you sure? Because I'm not really. Last week you said your mom have to go somewhere else, and you borrow me another money, and then now your mother is in the hospital. So people don't people find it hard to trust you if you addicted to gambling. No one wants to marry you if they don't addicted to the gambling as well. Someone decent might not want to marry you because they might think like you're not gonna be you cannot support me, and all my wealth, all my money that I have earned for me and my parents, gonna you, the gambler, gonna use all my money in the casino or something like that. So this is the drawbacks of gambling. And then there are 6 drawbacks of bad friends. Because if you become friends or become companions with those who are addicts, carousel, drunkard, fraud, swindler, and thugs, then if you are the friend of either of these ones, and you're gonna have the whole community of bad people. You may not encounter with addicts before, you might not encounter with the frauds before, but if you have bad friends, just one bad friend who love to drink, who love to go clubbing, roaming around the street at night, and then it's just like you put yourself at risk, you drag yourself into the new community of someone who addicts, drunkard, fraud, swindler, and thugs. This is the drawbacks of having bad friends. Last one, 6 drawbacks of habitual laziness. You don't get your work done because you think this is like the characteristic of someone who are lazy. When you don't want to work because you say, oh, it's too cold. It's too cold outside. I should not go outside. I should not work today. I should, call in sick. Oh, it's too hot. It's not the good, like weather for me to do. It's too hot outside. I'm gonna, like have a heat stroke or something like that. So you don't work. Or it's too late. It's too late at night. I should not work anything. I should rest. And then in the morning you said, oh, it's too early for me to work. Maybe I should wait a little longer. And then you said, oh, I'm too hungry. I should not work now because, I cannot work with the empty stomach. I'm too hungry. And then I have to eat. And when you eat and you say, oh, and then another excuse, right? And then I'm too full. When I'm too full, I should rest a bit. I should sleep because, like in Thailand, we have the proverb like หนังท้องตึงหนังตาหย่อน It's just like when the stomach is expand, it's bigger, getting bigger. And then the eyelid, gonna close like this. So when the stomach is getting bigger, automatically the eyelid gonna close. So you have to sleep or something like that. This is just a proverb. By dwelling on so many excuses for not working, you don't make any more money and the money you already have runs out. This is the drawbacks of laziness. And this is the six drains on wealth that you should avoid. Okay? And then the Buddha talk about good friend and fake friend, but I'm not going to talk about in this because we might not be able to cover the topic of the six directions. Next time, maybe I'm going to talk about the friends. Now, let's move on to the very important, interesting topic, covering the six directions. How does a noble disciple cover the six quarters or the six directions? If you just come now, you might have missed the first part that this discourse, this sutra, the Buddha talked to the son of the householder. Why? Because the Buddha saw the son of the householder pay respect to the six directions: east, north, west, south, above and below. And then the Buddha said, why you should do this? He said, oh, my dying father told me that I should do this. So in honor to my father, I should do this every day. And then the Buddha said, this is not how you should pay respect to the six directions in the training of the noble one. And then the Buddha said this, if you want to cover the six directions, you have to avoid the 14 bad things that we just finished talking. And then if you do, that I'm gonna discuss later on, these things, that means you have covered all the six directions with doing this. So you don't have to go and pay respect to the cloud, to the tree, or to anything in that directions. But if you stay at home and then you do this in your daily life, it's just like you cover all the six directions and you're going to prevent all the bad things in your life. The Buddha said the following should be looked upon as the six quarters. The parents as the east or the direction in front, teachers as the south or the direction in the right, partner and children as the west or the direction behind, friends and colleagues as the north or the direction left, servants and workers as beneath, ascetics and Brahmins as the above. So the sixth quarter, the Buddha here placed the people into each direction. Parents as the east. Why? Normally, east is in your right hand side, right? Normally, I don't know in the Western, but here when we east, oh, okay, this is the east because we look up to the sun, right? Okay, this is the sun rise here, or this is the east, so the east, and then, oh, this is north, this is west, this is south. So we use the east to um, to tell which direction. I don't know in Western country, but here we use the east first. And then, so the most people say like, okay, parents is in the east, north is friends, parents and students, the west, south is teachers, Brahmins above, and workers beneath. Okay. Here, I would like you to think of this one as the direction that the Buddha would like to tell you all that. You don't have to pay respect to, just the air, the cloud, but think of, just look at this picture. Think of people around you, people that you encounter with, in everyday life. You need to know what you should do to that people. You have your own responsibility to that people. And if people around you are happy, then you're happy. If you can, take care of them, it's just like you take care of yourself too. If you have the good relationship to people around you, then it's gonna make, like, yeah, then you have the good relationship with yourself, like you become like fulfilled or something like that. So think of this as the relationship between people around you. Normally we have parents, partner and children, husband or wife, friends, teachers, student, monks, monastic, and there's someone who serve you, who work for you. The Buddha said we all need to have responsibility. How? A child should serve their parents in 5 ways, thinking, I will support those who supported me. If the parents support me in the past, then if I grow up and I'm able to support him, I should support my parents. Or if you don't have your parents, I should support my grandmother, I should support the one who supported me. Or if you say like, maybe you're just still a child, you're not a grown man yet, so you do your duty for them. You help cleaning the house, you help doing your chore, and then I'll maintain the family lineage. You have to, like, have the good reputation, maintain the good reputation of your family. The 4th one, I'll take care of the inheritance. I'll take good care of it. Do not destroy all the hard work, all the wealth that your parents, work for, and then destroy in your lifetime. And the last one, when they have passed away, I'll make an offering on their behalf. So the child should serve their parents these 5 ways. Parents served by the children show compassion to them in 5 ways. Parents keep children from doing bad things, support them in doing good things. Parents train children in a profession. You have to let your children grow and then be able to make a profession, make a career. So when you die, the children can live on their own. I'm not sure, but I'm talking about in Thailand here. Some people, they say like, I love my child so much that I don't want my child to work hard or to like, or find it. Some people find it hard in studying, right? So people just say, oh, if you don't want to study, then you don't have to study. Or if you don't want to work hard, then that's okay. You can just stay there, and then I'm the one who gonna, bring all the money. I'm gonna be the breadwinner. I'm gonna bring the money to you and then take care of you. But you, as the parents, you have to remind yourself that what if normally you're gonna die before your children, right? If you die first, and then the children do not have any, education, does not know how to work, even how to do like the house chore or something like that, cannot do the housework, cannot live on their own, and how can they survive without the parents? So it's good for you, it's essential for the parents. The first one, keep children from doing bad things. You have to tell them this is bad, this is good. But before you can teach your children like that, you have to have the knowledge first, like this is good and this is bad. So it's important for you to learn, and then like sometimes you can learn from experience. I'm not gonna say that it's about the religion, about the Buddhism, about the Buddhist, not something like that. Anyone in the world, they have to know from themselves, like, okay, this is the bad thing, then tell their children, you shouldn't do this. Oh, this is good thing. You should have like education. You have to be trained in the profession. Even though you find it hard now, you have to, have the perseverance, something like that. You should have that kind of quality. So you will be able to grow on your own and to be able to live on your own without parents or without guardians. And then when there's the proper time, you should connect them with a suitable partner. I know like this might sound outdated, but sometimes parents know more because they experience a lot more than the children, right? So they said they can tell you like, this guy, it's doesn't look trustworthy. You might have to, take a longer time to know this kind of people, something like that. And you can tell like, you can have like advice for the marriage life to your children, something like that. And then the last one, they transfer the inheritance in due time. Why? Sometimes they give the inheritance too early. And when you give the inheritance to them too early, sometimes children just use all your money to their partner, to their, like entertaining stuff, and you end up having no money. A lot of people, not a lot, but some people that I've known, like in the adult, now they're in like 70 or 80 years old, in that, period. They gave all the inheritance to their children, and they use all the children to their partner without taking care of the parents. So eventually, you have to live with no money and no one to take care of you, because not all children gonna take care of the parents, right? So yeah, this is important. The parents should transfer the inheritance in the proper time. For example, take care of me first, and when I die, then you get all the money, something like that. You still need to have like, um, you know, something that's stable. Make sure that you have someone to take care. That's how the eastern quarter is covered, kept safe, and free of danger. Next, a student should serve their teacher as the southern quarter in 5 ways: by rising to receive them, by serving them, by listening well, by looking after them, by attentively or carefully learning their profession. When you go to school, and when, I used to work as a teacher before, as a lecturer and teacher. I used to be like a bad student. I didn't attentively listen when the teacher say something. It's just like, I can read it on my own. I don't want to listen to you, something like that. But when I became a teacher myself, now I get it. I get it when just the student to attend the class and then just listen to what I have prepare for them. You know what I mean? As a teacher, we have to prepare all the course syllabus or the course material. If you listen to me, that's okay for me. I'm happy. So students should serve the teacher like, okay, at least you acknowledge my presence in the classroom. I I exist in this classroom. Just know that I'm there, and then listen to me, and that's it. That's all I ask from you, something like that. So the students should do this. And the teacher show compassion to students in 5 ways. They make sure they're well educated, okay, well drilled in memorization. You have to teach all you know to the children, and you make sure that they can remember it. They put their heart into it. And the teacher should clearly explain all the knowledge of the profession. You as a teacher, you need to explain and then to make sure that the student understand. Some people, I believe this from my own opinion, no one is born stupid. They have the certain level of understanding. If the teacher have the compassion, have the heart, put your mind into teaching, they will understand, they will get it. Don't expect from the student that you have to understand 100 out of 100. No, some people just 30 out of 100, some people just 50, some people 90. But at least they understand, at least they know something, and at least they can use this thing into their future. And also the teacher should introduce them to their friends and colleagues, just like praise them when they do good thing, like, oh, this is David, he's very attentive in my class. Don't praise about the intelligence, but talk about how the attention is the key, at least for me. And the last one, they protect every region. Protection in every region, that's how the southern quarter is covered, kept safe and free of danger. Protect every region. For example, you don't just teach what is in the textbook. Of course, you have to deliver all the message, all the core teachings in the textbook, right? But if someone get bullied, and then you have to protect them, you have to teach, like, you should not let someone to bully you, right? Like this, you should not have the reaction like that. You should not use the anger, something like that. You should teach the children in every region, not just the educational purpose, like to pass the exam, not just like that. How to be the good human being, how to be, how to have compassion to all beings, how to, be responsible, how to have perseverance, how to have resilience, how to have sympathy, empathy. You should teach them to be a good human being, and that's it. That is how you protect the children in every region. Sometimes parents cannot do that because sometimes they're busy earning money, right? So it's another responsibility of teachers as well. Next one, in 5 ways a husband should serve his wife at the Western Quarter. A husband or someone in the leading role, because sometimes nowadays we can switch role, right? Like the male man, the men can stay at home and take care of children, and then woman as the breadwinner or something like that. So yeah, the leading role should serve the follow supporting role by treating with honor, not looking down, being faithful, handing over authority in the household, authority in the household to that person, presenting with adornments, show appreciation, maybe. Mm. And then after this, I'm gonna do the question and answer, right? In 5 ways, the supporting role show her leading role. The wife show the husband. The household affairs are to be well managed. She should be hospitable and helpful to friends and relations of both hers and his. In Thailand, we say like, when we getting married, we tie a knot, right? That means you have to take care of another. Have to take care of your partner as well as their families and friends and everyone. Mm. She should be faithful, should preserve his earnings, and should be skillful in and industrious in all her duties. Next one, gonna be the last one. In 5 ways, a clansman should serve his friend as associate as the northern quarter. You should what you should do to your friends. Be generous. When you talk with kind words. Help them and act for their welfare. Put them on equal terms. If you're happy, then I'm happy. If you're in a bad situation, I'm gonna help you, and I don't just abandon you and be happy on my own. No, we in equal term in this sense that you're happy, I'm happy. You sad, I'm gonna try to help you and drag you out of the bad incident. And being sincere to them. This is what you should do to your friends and associates. As well, your friend should show your love to you, should protect you when you are careless, should guard your property when you are careless, be a shelter for you when you are in danger. Do not leave you in your troubles. Show respect to other members of the family. This is also essential. In 5 ways, a master should serve his servants and workmen. Assign them work according to their strength, to their expertise, giving them food and wages, caring for them in sickness, sharing special treats, and giving them holidays or time off work. In 5 ways, his servants and workmen show their love for him, get up to work before him, rest after him, take only what is given to them, don't steal, do their work well, and promote a good reputation. If your boss do good things, then you should say like, oh, he do the good thing. No, don't hide. In 5 ways, a householder should serve monks, act with loving kindness, talk or think. Here is used the wrong one. Think toward them with loving kindness by keeping an open house to them. That means not turning them away at the gate. If they go to arms round, then you should, welcome. Supply them with their material needs, with the medicine, with the robe, with the food, or with the what is it? The how like the thing suddenly it's just gone. With material needs. Okay, and then this is the duty for the monk to the lay people. Keep the lay people from evil deeds. Encourage the lay people to do good deeds. think of the lay people with kind thoughts, teach what he has not heard before, correct and clarify what he has learned, and show the lay people the way to heaven. So, in this life, you live happily with the right wisdom, and then the next life you be reborn in the heaven. And yeah, and I think the rest you can learn from the link that I provided you. And now I can see that there's a lot of comments. So I'm gonna do the question and answer, just the brief one. Hi Jay Bowen, hi Vivian, hi Karuna, hi Gregory, hi Dharma Learner, hi Nong Noi, hi Jia, right? Hi Yankee Apple, hi Sooth, hi Anonymous, hi Ronald Chan, hi Jim McCarty from Ireland, hi Ho Pak Wai. What do you think of the Buddha? What do you think of Buddha, the Four Noble Truths and the Eight Noble Paths? And no one believed what Buddha said about suffering 500 BC. What do you mean? And how much can you understand is what Buddha believed is the well, what do you think of Buddha's the Four Noble Truths? The Four Noble Truths is the core teaching, the essence, the core teaching. The essence of the Buddha's teaching is the vimutti, liberation, right? And the Four Noble Truths is the way that the Buddha talk about the suffering, the cause of suffering, the end of suffering, and the path leading to the end of suffering. So if you follow the Four Noble Truths and the fourth one, the Eight Noble Path, the path that lead you to the end of suffering, and then you will reach the true liberation. No more birth, no more death, no more suffering, the supreme happiness. Nippanang paramang sukhang, the Nibbana is the utmost happiness, the supreme happiness. So what I think about it is the core teaching of the Blessed One and what we should learn and what we should follow the path. Now we all, not all, now we know that life is suffering, right? We know the cause of suffering, that is the craving, the tanha, with the delusion of vichara, right? We know that there's definitely nirvana, the end of suffering. And how can we achieve that? How can we reach the destination, the nibbana? Is to follow the eightfold noble path, noble eightfold path, yeah, or sila, samadhi, panya, precept, meditation, or concentration and wisdom. By this, we can reach the right liberation. So I think this is the core teaching, and we should follow. Yeah. Anonymous say here, maybe the true happy not come from outside. The true happiness come from within, the inner peace, right? But the the outside factor is another factor that can facilitate you to reach the inner peace. For example, you cannot reach the inner peace happy on your own when your parents crying out there, when your boss scolding at you like you don't work, when your children still starving, no food or something like that. So it's good for you as the householder, as the lay people, to still have the good relationship with people around you, cover the 6 directions, avoid the 14 bad things, and then wholesome cultivate wholesome qualities within, and then practice and then know for yourself, and then have the inner peace. But also in Thai we have the blessing May you be prosperous in the worldly world life and in the Dhamma life. It's all important. You still live in the world, right? You still have to work. You still have to um, have the relationship with many people in the society, in the community, within the community. So still, you still have to do or to have responsibility to do what you should do in the social life, but do in the proper way. And as well, you have to cultivate wholesome qualities within, inside as well, precepts, concentration, and then the wisdom. Mhm. Dhamma learner said, thank you, Aya, for taking time to break down this sutra. I was at Mahayana devotional service where it was chanted without it being discussed as the Dhamma taught. This is very, very well known in Thailand. And, like, it's like the fundamental teachings, fundamental that, like the basis, that the lay people should follow this one and then improve more wholesome qualities in learning about the Four Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Path, the 12 link, 12 dependent origination, something like that. At least you should have the foundation, the precepts, how you should live your life as a lay people, and then improve yourself in the Dhamma world. I don't really understand anonymous, like, because it's just like break down the sentences. Johan said, are there any responsibility for monastic toward lay people? Is it expected that they teach them Dhamma, for example? Yes. Here, responsibility for monastic toward lay people. We have to keep you from doing bad thing, encourage you to do good thing. When we think of you, we have to think of you with kind thoughts, like, how can I help them? Teach them, teach you what you have not heard before. And if you have heard something, and then we should clarify, we should make you more understand in the teachings, correct and clarify what you have learned, and then show you the way to heaven. We have to make sure that you live this life happily with mindfulness and wisdom, and the next life, yeah, we are able, we the one who show you how to go to the good place, good destination, but it's you yourself to choose whether you want to go or not. The suffering, Anonymous says, suffering come from inside from us. How can we stop scary about it? It comes from unwholesome deed, come from ignorance, comes from the delusion. You don't know the truth about the self, right? You still think of as the self. You still don't know about the cause of suffering, so you still suffer. How can you stop afraid of it? You just have to listen more, have the sutta, right? You have to have someone as a teacher, kalyana mitta, the good friend, who can tell you which is the good and which is the bad deeds for you to do, and then you have the right effort. I think Pante Sudaso have discussed this, the right effort, like try to abandon from the unwholesome qualities by cultivate wholesome quality instead. You can study in the right effort, and then don't scare it. Whatever is in the past is in the past. You cannot change it. You cannot hope or expect something to happen in the future, you just be mindful in the present time, in the present moment, and that's it. Hi Kasuko from Japan. Johan said, is it generally expected that monastics have to teach Dhamma? Yeah, according to this sutra, we have to teach the words of the Buddha. But first, we have to practice. We have to learn. We have to learn first. It's our duty to learn the words of the Buddha. And then we have to practice to be able to really get it. Or some people just, okay, I can memorize and then I can teach you. But it's better for us to get it to a certain level and then teach the Dhamma, teach the words of the Buddha. Niranshan said, Sadhu, Sadhu, I'm from Nepal, Buddha's birthplace. Dhamma learner said, thank you, Ayya, for clarifying and explaining the sutra. Sometimes we use the word breakdown as a term to describe when the person breaks apart the whole to bring out the knowledge. Okay, I hope you learn something that can be used in your daily life. Sometimes when we, learn more like the Four Noble Truths, the Four Noble Paths, or something like that, it's good to learn, but try to, place importance on. Some people say like, oh, it's just like the trivial thing, just like the small sutra that we should not, pay attention to or something like that. But from my experience, we should pay attention to every level. Like, for example, if you are still the lay people, of course, it's good for you to learn like the deep Dhamma, but still don't forget about the Dhamma or the teachings. Here, he used the word course of discipline of the lay people, the lay person's code of discipline. We should not neglect this as well. So we can live our life happily as the lay people and at the same time improve more and more in the teachings of the Blessed One. When you have the good relationship with people around you, you have the 6 directions covered, you abandon all the bad things that are going to happen, just have the foundation. So then after that, you can improve spiritually, improve the path to the end of suffering. Thank you very much. Okay, that's time for today. That's it for today. Thank you everyone to come and learn and then listen. Kita said absolutely amazing sutra Ayya. Thank you for sharing. Namo Buddhaya. Thank you Karuna. Thank you Manao. Thank you Johan. Thank you Luisa. Thank you Pumika. Thank you Vivian. And Kita said Buddha's teaching and absolutely amazing. And we are profoundly grateful for the Dhamma. Thank you, Greg. Okay, that's it for today. Let me say Sadhu 3 times together. Sadhu, 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 Anumodhami. May we all have the right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration that eventually gonna lead to right wisdom and the right liberation or the Noble Eightfold Path. And then we can reach the supreme happiness or nirvana together. Sadhu. See you all again next week. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tan. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Yankee. Thank you, Ratana. Thank you, Anonymous. Goodbye. Have a good day.